What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, I'm going to just be doing a similar type of video, just like the last time, whereby I ask you guys what coins you would like to see an analysis on, and there's a bunch of coins, and I'm just going to look through them and see if there's anything worthwhile or any trades that you might be able to take. So if that's something you might be interested in, make sure you stick around to the end of the video, and especially make sure you follow me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto. That is where I'm going to be asking questions like these, as well as sharing any trading setups that I might not be able to share on YouTube due to time constraints. So at the moment, this video is going to be shorter than the one before because I need to rush off to somewhere, but otherwise let's just dive right into it, shall we? So on my Twitter, the first one that I saw was Atom, right? Atom got quite a few likes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, over here, Atom got 6 likes. And by the way, that's how it works. If you want to get your coin across, make sure you like the coin as much as possible. And right now, let's take a look at Atom on the daily chart. So immediately, this is looking quite good, right? You got the breakout and the retest of that trend line. You didn't necessarily get the retest, but at the moment it is still looking pretty good. Currently though, because of what Bitcoin is going through, I wouldn't actually recommend jumping into a trade on this coin like absolutely right now, simply because, you know, markets are still kind of uncertain. However, what I would like you to do is to actually place a limit order over there, right, at about 32.73. That is going to be a pretty good level for you to get some Atom in the event that, you know, it does dip all the way down here. You know, I'm not saying that it's going to dip all the way down there, but in the event that it does, make sure you take it. This is an order block, right? A bullish order block on the daily chart. So this is a higher time frame, and in the event that Atom does get here, I do believe that this will be the bottom and it will bounce like a few percentage points, if not go and attack previous highs. So if you were to get Atom at that, you know, at that exact level, let me see if I can give you guys some take profit targets for that trade. So to do that, I'm going to draw a Fibonacci retracement from that swing high to this swing low over here, and then we are going to be able to get, you know, our levels, and we are definitely going to want to take some off at the 0.618, the 0.786. You're definitely going to take some off over there, and then the rest of the higher TP targets are going to be as follows. So I'm going to read them out for you guys. Don't worry about that. I know some of you are not able to take a look at the screen. So let's take profit targets. If in the event that you do get this trade, you set your stop loss at about 30.75, you get into Atom at about 32.75, and the take profit targets for this trade is going to be at 35.7, 37.8, 38.9, 41.3, 44.5, 46.5, 48.6, 50.8, 53 point about 5-ish, and you take the rest at 59.4. Just like how I always like to preach, you always want to take your profit on the way up, right? You don't want to take your profit, you know, like, you don't want to try to time the tops, right? Because nobody is able to do that. Instead, what you do is you take your profit on the way up, and you know, you just secured it, right? And once you get the profit, you cycle them back into other coins, and that's how you know, that's how you get rich in crypto. So if any of you is wondering why the audio sounds kind of terrible today, it's because I'm recording on my laptop. I am in a, well, let's just say that I am not in my usual recording area. I'm in a hotel right now, and I am taking a little weekend off because it's a special occasion. Let's just say that. So I do apologize for the audio, but otherwise let's move on to the next coin. And I'm looking at this through my iPhone, and the next coin, I promise I'm not just doing coins that start with the letter A, but the next coin would be Alice. And if we just take a look at Alice, it's not looking too bad as well. Definitely not as good as Atom. And I'm trying to see if I can find a trade on Alice. And you know, you could argue that Alice is having this sort of a trend line, and in the event that you do get a pullback, I do believe that this zone right here is going to be absolutely key for Alice to hold. But otherwise, I really want you to mark down this level right here. I don't really suggest buying breakouts at the moment because of just how uncertain the markets are looking like. Like, with the way Bitcoin is looking like, as well as funding rates, you might just get a massive liquidation wick, you know, anytime soon. And because of that, when market conditions are uncertain, you really don't want to be, you know, going to risk on. So just try to play it safe while you can buy the breakout. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it right at this moment. So just take it easy. But in the event that you do buy the breakout, I do think that Alice has potential to pump just because of how nice this pattern looks. Otherwise, make sure you mark down this level at 12.3. You want to buy the breakout of this level. Basically, you buy along with a breakout, or you buy a bullish retest of that level. Right? I know I'm not drawing this very properly, but a bullish retest looks like this. Right? That's when you buy, because if you do so, you can literally just set your stop loss right underneath this level, right, somewhere about there. And that's because that breakouts are supposed to break out. They're not supposed to go up and come back down, right? And if it does, then you just get stopped out with a minimal loss, and that's totally fine, right? So the take profit targets for this trade is going to be at 13.2, 14.2, 15.1, 16.4, 17.4, and the final TP, I would actually put it at about 19. So if everything plays out perfectly, it's about 60 to 70%, and I would be happy taking that any day of the week. So this coin is going to be by Break Things for Fun. That's a very interesting name, my friend. So he says he wants to learn about harmony, right? He wants to learn about harmony. So he wants to learn how I look at the chart, and that is very commendable, my friend. Oftentimes people come here for just to trade. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, and you teach a man a fish and he will be fed for a lifetime. So at the moment you can see that harmony is straight up just at a new all-time high at the moment, which is incredibly bullish. Now, if there's one rule of thumb that I always follow, it's the fact that you never want to mess around with coins that are in price discovery, because they oftentimes can be a lot more bullish than you might think, right? Look at AXS. People would have thought that over here was when things might come down, right? It went from pretty much like how much is it, about $3, right? $3 straight up to 45, and people would think that, hey, it's time to come down, right? But they would have gotten very, very wrecked if they were trying to short AXS. That's because when something breaks past its previous all-time high, which was 11 at the time, once you break past your all-time high, you can stay very, very bullish for a very extended period of time. So don't think that just because something has pumped really hard that it cannot continue pumping, right? And that's exactly what Harmony 1 is looking at the moment. At the moment, I do not really have a trade for you to take on Harmony 1, simply because of the fact that I really do not see anything that has developed well enough yet. However, I really want you guys to pay attention to this block right here. In the event that Harmony does fall back down to this level, and again, you said you wanted to learn, right? So this is how I look at the markets. There's a bunch of different coins, right? There's hundreds of coins, if not thousands. And here's how I want you to think of the markets, right? If you don't see a good setup on, any certain coin that you might be looking at, then move on, because there's a bunch of other coins that you could be looking at and that will give you a good setup. But in the event that Harmony does drop all the way back down to 18, 19 cents, then I want to be prepared for it, right? And so that's how I like to think about it, right? At the moment, I don't see a trade when it is at all-time highs, but I do see a trade if it does get back to this block, which is a bullish order block on the daily chart. If I go into the weekly chart, okay, it doesn't show up there, but on the daily chart, this is your bullish order block. So what I want you to do is I want you to set a limit order. Now again, this is the kind of trade that you're going to be getting if you are in the private Discord group. So in the private Discord group, you can see that there is a category called, we're gonna have to, wait, never mind, there's a distraction. Never mind. So take a look at the sniper trades, right? This is exactly what it's going to be like, right? That's the exact kind of trades that you're going to get if you join the private Discord group. Over there, I am literally telling you guys where is the exact bottom of certain coins, weeks in advance before they get there. So at the moment, this is going to be a sniper trade. So what I want you to do is I want you to get some Harmony, right, at about 19 cents. Right, let me just zoom in for you at 19 cents. But I want you to get your biggest block of Harmony, right? The biggest blocks should be concentrated at about 0.177 cents, right? These two levels. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go big on this level, because it is still a pretty sizable pullback, right? If you just take a look from there to there, that's about 30%. Still a very sizable pullback. So if you do get back to this level, I really want you to split up your capital, right? If you had $1,000 to play with, maybe go in 50% there, 50% there, just something like that. And me personally, I would actually set my stop loss slightly below this block, right, at about 0.16367, right, at about there. And then as for my take profit targets, I'm going to just use the higher time frame levels in order to take my profit. And for this trade in particular, I'm going to take my profit at about 0.206 cents, 0.235, and 0.264. Now, if everything goes well, this would be about 40%. But of course, you can also go for the higher time frame, price discovery levels, whereby you just draw a Fibonacci from this swing high right here to this swing low over here, and you can get your higher time frame levels. At the moment, you can see that it is getting perfectly rejected off of the 1.414 level. So at the moment, you could have another TP at about 30 cents, right? 297 cents. If any of you would already be in harmony, then that is somewhere that I would absolutely take some profit off the table, just in case, that is indeed the top. So the other TP levels that you're going to want to pay attention to is definitely 0.34 cents and about 0.4 cents. 0.4 cents is definitely going to be, I would say, the local top for harmony for a while, right? It might take a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months to get there, and if it doesn't get to that level, make sure you take your profit. And again, if this is the kind of analysis that you appreciate, make sure you join the private Discord group. This is where I'm sharing all of my trades. Not only that, but you are going to get daily market updates just telling you like, hey, what's a good day to do today? What's a good thing to do today? Is it going to start pumping? Is it going to start dumping? Should you be careful? Should you go balls to the walls? Just something like that, right? If that is something you're interested in, make sure you check out the private Discord group. Over here, you're going to get access to a training education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years as well. This is where you're going to figure out what works and discard 90% of the things that don't work. So if you're interested, make sure you check out the private Discord group. But otherwise, I am going to get through all of these other coins probably sometime during Monday, because I am really not very free at the moment throughout the weekends. But this is just something that you guys might appreciate. You know what? Maybe I do have time for just one last coin. So let's do that. Well, let's do that. Let's take a look at Polkadot. So somebody was talking about Polkadot. Like with the parachain auctions coming up, it is absolutely bullish. Although at the moment, I really do not see a trade that is possible on Polkadot just right at this moment. This kind of a pattern does not give me anything to work with. So if anything, I would just pay attention to a potential pullback for Polkadot if you get back to this block right here. Hold on, let me just draw it out for you guys. That's about, for me personally, I would place a couple of limit orders, some at 37.4, 36.4, and 34.6 with a stop loss set at about 32.7. Right, that's going to be my stop loss in the event that Polkadot does pull back to this block. I do think that it is going to be a very strong level of support, and it is going to bounce. Right, I'm not saying it's going to get there, but if it gets there, then that is going to be the level for you to watch. So at the moment, that is, that's about time. I have to get going. So if you have watched until this point in the video, I want you to comment out in the comment section Polkadot, so that I know who are the real ones who stay until the end and not just clicked off once I said that, hey, video might be ending. Again, I will be back come Monday time, and the videos are going to continue. But for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.